Hi everyone and a warm welcome to this video. In today's video, we are going to look at the form filling guidelines for CMAT 23. The notification was released a couple of days back and now the registration process has started, though we don't know at this point of time when exactly the test will be conducted. The deadline to register for CMAT 23 is 6th March, as you can see on screen. And if there's any correction that you need to make in the form, that can be done between 7th to 9th March. Of course, we recommend people to watch the complete video so that you don't have to make any corrections later and you fill the form well in advance. In terms of when the admit card will be announced or when the test will be conducted, those things will be announced at a later point of time. The timing of examination will also be announced later, though the duration has been mentioned, which is 180 minutes, which is 3 hours. As it has been the case in the last several years, the number of questions will remain 100, and you will have 5 sections, including the innovation and entrepreneurship section. The paper will be conducted only in English. With that, let's get started with the actual form filling. Now, the first thing that you need to do is go to the main website of CMAT, which is cmat.nta.ac.in. And once you reach this page, here you will see latest news. Under that, you will see online application for CMAT 23. You click on it, and this is the starting point. Once you do this, it will show you that the registration has started since 13th Feb. And the registration link for CMAT is given. Again, we will click on this. And once you do this, it will take you to the actual registration page. We suggest that you bookmark this page because you will have to keep visiting this to download your admit card and make any changes to the form and so on. So here there are two types of logins that are possible. Of course, once you are creating your account for the first time, you'll have to click on new registration. And if you're somebody who has already created your account, then you'll have to use the option on the right side, which says application form, application number, password, and so on. So for now, since I'm creating account for the first time, I'm going to click on new registration. Let me click on it and show you what happens next. So on this page, the first thing that you will see is the download information bulletin. So this is a detailed document that CMAT has given. You can download this and keep it for your reference. I don't think you'll have to read the entire thing, but at least reading what is given on this page is very important because here it contains all the details in terms of what is the fee structure to apply for the test. What are the specifications with respect to your signature, with respect to your photograph and all of that. So make sure that you go through the details given on this page. And once you're done with that, you put a tick against this particular statement that I've downloaded the information. And once you do it, you can click on proceed. After clicking on proceed, the first thing is the candidate's name. Now, if I click here, it gives me a prompt which says that candidate must write his or her full name in the same way as it is printed on your SSC certificate or mark sheet of class 10. Then you have to enter your father's or guardian's name, mother's or guardian's name. After that, you have to enter your date of birth and the fields are given. You have to indicate your gender, the identity type. So in identity type, you have options such as PAN card, passport, voter ID, and so on. And then the identification number has to be entered. Post this, you have to enter your present address. So the standard fields that you will see in any other form that are there. So starting from the premises, the locality and all of that, country, state, and district also needs to be selected. Post this, you have to enter your PIN code, your email address, and you have to confirm it. Now make sure that you put an email address which you regularly use, and please do not change your ID throughout the application process. Your mobile number also should be the one that you regularly use. So you have to enter your mobile number and confirm it once again. And an alternate contact number needs to be given, but it is an optional field. Now, if your present address and permanent address are the same, you can simply click here. Otherwise, if the present address is different, you can enter that here. Now, for choosing password, there were some specifications mentioned on the previous page. So just in case you have not gone through it, I suggest that you go through it because there are a lot of restrictions there. It has to be between so many character length and all of that. So please have a look at it and then only set the password. One very important thing is once you set the password, write it down somewhere so that you don't forget it, because otherwise every time you have to do forgot password, it's just painful. So it's better to simply write your password somewhere and keep that with you. Once you're done, you also need to select a security question. There are a couple of options here, things like which is the website you rarely visit and name of your first school and all of that. You select a question, select an answer to that question, again, write it down somewhere, okay, because you're going to need it at some point of time. And then finally, the CAPTCHA standard verification. So you enter the CAPTCHA and submit. Now, once you're done, you're going to get a success message, and post this, you'll be able to actually edit the application form. So let's complete this step first, and then I'll show you what happens next. Now, once you have entered all the details, it will ask you for a confirmation, and post that you have to enter the OTP that you will get on your mobile number. After doing that, you will get a success message, and it will show you a screen like this, where it shows that registration form is completed, but the application form and fee payment is remaining. So that is something that I'm going to show you next. So let me click on this and we'll start with the application form filling process. Now, as you can see on screen, these are all the steps that you need to complete to submit your form. The first thing is contact details, which you have already completed. Then personal details, Aadhaar details, applying for and the exam center details, qualification details, which is your educational qualification, and then uploading the documents and then a final submit. So let's start with the personal details. In personal details, the first 4 fields, which is name, your father's name, your mother's name, those will get auto-populated. You have to start filling from nationality onwards. So in nationality, let me select Indian. Then state and the union territory of residence, you can select that. Under category, you will have to select whether you are from general, SC, ST, OBC, NCL, or general EWS. Now, please make sure that you do the right selection here, because your form cost or your application fee is also dependent on which category you belong to. So make sure that you do the right selection here. After this, the question says, if you are a PWD candidate, do you have benchmark disability? Again, make the appropriate selection here. Are you diabetic? So again, yes, no. Annual family income, there are different brackets that are given here. And then you have to enter the security PIN. Once you complete this data, you can click on save and next and move to the next part. The next question is whether you have Aadhaar or not. Now, I don't know why that question is being asked, but it's there. So do you have Aadhaar number? Again, you have to just make a choice whether it is yes or no. If you have it, select yes. If you don't have it, select no. And then you click on submit. The next set of questions that you have relate to your application in terms of what is the city preference. So here, the first thing is, what are you applying for? And there is, of course, only one thing that you will see there, which is CMAT. And then you have to give 4 city preferences. So here you will have to first select the state and then select the city. Okay, now again, there are various options here. Pretty much all the states are covered. So state followed by city. So give 4 preferences here. And after you're done with this, the questions relate to the occupation of your father or your mother. So father's or guardian's occupation. Again, there are multiple options given. Then father or guardian's qualification with drop down. So illiterate, matriculate, graduate, and so on. The same fields are applicable for mother or guardian and in terms of the educational qualification as well. You fill all of this. Once you're done, enter the security PIN and you can go to the next step. The next step is qualification details. So here you start with 10th, 12th, and then you move to graduation. So let me take you through all the questions that are there. So for 10, the first thing is whether you have passed it or not. So here there's only one option which says passed. Then in which year you have completed. So you again can select it from the drop down. Then name of the examination. So 10th or equivalent is what you will select, followed by the board through which you completed your 10th standard. The result mode is percentage CGPA. So based on the selection that you make, you will have to enter the maximum marks and obtained marks. So for example, if I make the choice percentage right now, total marks is what it is asking me. So let's say I enter 700 and obtained marks as 600. Automatically, the percentage of marks will get calculated. Now you do the same thing for your 12th and for your graduation as well. So the questions are exactly the same. Make sure that you enter all the right information and check it before you do a final submit. So complete this section. Once you're done, again, enter the security PIN, click on submit, and then you move to the next step. The next step is document upload. So here you'll have to upload your photograph and your signature. Now there is a size limit that is given. So for photograph, the minimum size should be 10 KB, max should be 200. And for signature, the minimum size is 4 KB and max size is 30 KB. Now, in case you're not able to fit your photograph or signature in this size limit, please use a website called pickresize.com and you can then give the size that you want and then it will automatically reduce the size. So we'll also give a link to this particular website in the description in case you need it. Now, once you're done with this, then we'll move ahead to the final submit stage. But let me complete this first and then show you what is the next step. So at this stage, what I'll do is I just check if all these fields, whether it is your name, your father's guardian's name, mother's or guardian's name, category, gender, exam cities, date of birth, all of these fields are correct. And once I'm done with this, I'll click on I agree and then do a final submit. So make sure that you do this, be very careful, and then only do a final submit. So once you're done with this, basically the only thing that is remaining now is the fee payment. Now, depending on what category you have given, it will show you the amount that you need to pay. So since I had made a choice of general category, it is showing 2,000 rupees. At this stage, you'll also have to do your email ID verification. So your mobile ID is already verified because of the OTP, but your email ID is not verified. So you'll have to do the email ID verification. It's a simple step where you just do email ID verification. You'll get an OTP. You have to enter that and then you are done. And once you're done with all of this, just make the payment and then you're done with your CMAT application form. So I hope this video has helped you and given you a nice overview of the application process. In case you have any doubts, feel free to put it in the comments and we'll be happy to answer those. Thank you so much for watching. Wish all of you all the best for CMAT and subscribe to the channel in case you haven't done it already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everyone.